All right, welcome. Welcome to Who Wears Your Pants? This is my fucking show. And today I'm here with the lovely, the beautiful, the amazing, and hilarious Eleanor Repass.
What's up?
We're going to be chatting, if we can get through a single sentence without laughing, about your life, about stand-up, about stripping, about all of the things that you do. Yes.
What a whirlwind.
And this is so funny because I realized that we have never met in real life before, right?
Have we?
I don't think that.
Are we Instagram buddies?
I think so. Because,
Are we Instagram buddies?
well, as I was driving here, I was thinking to myself, we've never met in real life because we met on the Zoom web series that we did together. Yeah, at the beginning of quarantine.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. And then I was like, this girl's fucking awesome and I want to hang out with you, but we're like living in our apartments.
Yeah.
And so now
we live in our apartments. It's stupid. We should live in each other's beds. Except I'd probably get really tired of you and then I'd probably kick you in the vagina. We're probably gonna have to bleep that out, I guess.
No, you can say whatever you want. It's
okay,
fine.
cool. And then we might make love because it would get really heated because quarantine makes us lonely and
Okay, so tonight you were gonna go to a stand-up show.
open mic.
God, okay, well I
No,
think that it's all the same. It's a show. You're standing there. There's a microphone. It's
cool. That's the thing that happens Thursdays. It's outdoors. It's cool to have that during COVID because it's accessible to people that are nervous because it's outdoors. And so that's been like going on. There's like a few mics a week that are outdoors and comics are trying to hold up and do what they can do, I guess. So
yeah,
you know how it rolls. Oh man, I'm bad at podcasts.
How long have you been doing this for?
Almost 2 full years of stand-up.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But I feel like you've always been funny. Even though I just now met you, I can just tell.
Girl, you're just trying to get in my pantalones.
From like the moment you were probably born, you were funny.
Bitch, yes. You know what? This is how she's gonna get access to me faster than a dick would. Oh, we're gonna have to bleep that out. Whatever. This is why I love girls. Actually, I don't know. I'm exploring my sexuality. We're getting off topic. Anyway, this is attention deficit disorder, ladies, gentlemen.
I'll ask one question and then I'll let you rip for the whole entire episode.
It's real.
Yes.
But yeah, 2 years of stand-up almost, and like I did the acting class when I got here. You didn't even ask me that. I just brought it up.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, a lot of stuff.
So you did that briefly.
I did that briefly. I did that for about 2 years.
How many people did you make out with on stage?
Ooh, I think 3 or 4.
Okay.
And they know who they are.
Okay, so you did the acting and then you're like, no, this is like too serious and shit.
Yeah, and then after I tried acting, I kind of had like a breakdown one night in class, and I was like, I really need people to laugh. Mm-hmm. And then I decided to go for a stand-up lesson class, and I took an improv with stand-up class that was like 5 weeks long, and it was like 2 times a week or something. And then I like kind of got initiated like that, and then I just started going to open mics. And it was just really fun. And I like making people laugh on stage. It's like a high when you do well. If you don't do well, you want to die.
So it's
which is dramatic, but it's real.
It's like drugs.
It's like drugs. Las drogas, bitches.
You know, do you know Bobek?
Bobek? Yeah. I've seen him at some open mics.
He came in here a couple of weeks ago, and he said like the exact same thing. But his whole thing was that he was totally afraid of speaking in public, so he like forced himself to do stand up. But
good for him.
As soon as he heard people laughing, he was like, "Okay, this is like pretty great. I think that this is the best moment of my entire life, and I want to do this forever now."
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
No, sometimes it works like that. Sometimes you just have to like push yourself to go doing it. But yeah, I'm kind of an attention whore.
But like, do you but do you meet cool people when you do it?
I do. I've met a variety.
As like a comedian, a women comedian, that you could probably get so many guys. on like.
Well, a lot of male comics do try to hit on women, and they may deny this if they're listening to this eventually. But it's true. Don't lie. But I'm not ashamed to admit it. It's like it's truth. Comedy's truth, and I'm attractive, and it has happened, and it will continue to happen until I turn maybe 50. Then I'm going to start aging in various areas of my body, and to be continued with that one. But where was I? ADD strikes again, motherfuckers! All right.
Maybe I feel like 50 is pretty good. You got
50,
like
50s is pretty good. That's a solid century, and then the rest of the time I'll just do the heroin and then be done with it. Get my share of diseases, and then I'll be like, who's next?
You know what? I had always heard that like in like nursing homes and shit, that the people that like that's like where some of the most chlamydia exists, like chlamydia and gonorrhea.
Like, let's get it.
All these old people are basically like, who fucking cares anymore?
Special K. Well, actually, it starts with a C. Never mind. Sorry.
Maybe by the time we're in nursing homes and old and like,
you want to get chlamydia together?
We're gonna be like Special K, the new version.
Yeah, we are. I'm nervous, guys.
It's okay.
It's my second podcast ever.
I'm like, let's make the most awkward silence humanly possible. Okay. So
sometimes I like to do that with my mics. Like 2 mics I've done, I stayed silent for like 20 seconds, and people were like, "What is she doing?"
Oh my!
And I'm like, no, because I wanted to like control them, because like I have the intelligence like know to like stop and like try to manipulate people's like emotions.
Yeah.
But people like are curious what I'm doing with it. But I do, because like I'm not just like a crazy chatterbox. I usually try to just make people laugh. So
yeah. Okay, so when you do stand up, what is like what do you talk about, or how do you do it?
I talk about my daddy-o. He done dead. He's dead.
I talk about my dad.
Yes, dead dads. New Orleans. I talk about cats, dating life. Some clever shit. I try to come up with clever stuff. One of my influences in comedy is Mitch Hedberg.
Who's that?
He was a heroin addict comedian, but regardless of all his struggles, he still managed to like not roast too many people. He was just very clever in his comedy, and he was like famous for one-liners, and that's like highly inspiring to me.
Yeah.
To just be like clever as you can be, like,
Yeah.
Because if you can be funny and clever, then that's just the shit, in my opinion.
I think that like when someone's really clever and like really like those are like the most intelligent people on the planet. Yeah. Like I don't care if you're like if you have a PhD in chemistry, like those are the people that I think you have to be so smart.
Yeah, so smart.
Just so smart.
So smart.
Okay, so speaking of that, being smart. How Okay, right before we started rolling, I was asking about your ASMR.
Asthma.
Your asthma. What is actually the ASMR stand for?
It's called Autonomic Sensory Motor Response. And it's basically very calming sounds that make the hair on the back of your neck stand up. So it's like continued, or it can be like,
oh, I don't like that.
But it's variation. I mean, it's like a lot of people loosen their anxieties from it, and for a lot of people it helps them to like go to bed at night. It's just like some people just haven't found the right one, in my opinion. But maybe it's not for everybody. But like a lot of people do seem to really find peace from it if they just like sit with it and like let the sounds, if they like the sounds, that is. Yeah. But there's like so many different types of sounds they make. They come up with these things.
Oh my God! So you make people laugh, and then you
I was trying to parody it,
and then you relax them.
Yeah.
What a gift. So when you're
that's hilarious. That's
when you're
what a gift.
When you're doing the ASMR, like what are you talking about? Are you reading like a bedtime story to someone? Are you like saying like sexual things? Are you talking about like the food that you ate for lunch? Like
sometimes I'll eat pickles.
Like oh no, I think that's the mukbang.
That's like mukbang, yeah. I'll be like eating pickles, and sometimes I like tried to rhyme and make like giant rhymes for like half the time. Just did it. And then sometimes I would like just move around, and sometimes I would pet my roommate's cat.
And just put it like really close to the cat, the microphone?
No, the microphone was my phone. It was like a parody. I didn't actually have a professional microphone. I could have gotten like a tiny little one and like put it next to the cat when it was like purring. That would have been genius.
Oh my God.
I would have been like, that's what you like to hear, huh?
Like pussy ASMR.
Pussy ASMR. I can't wait. I'm getting antsy. It's been a long quarantine.
Do you need to get up and move? Is it too much sitting?
Don't tell me what to do, Kirsten. No, seriously, tell me what to do.
Oh, trust me. I'm like, I have that whole thing of like, tell me what to do, but don't tell me what to do. But also like,
it's like, be my daddy, but be my niece. Yes. I mean, no, that came out wrong.
But like, don't tell me what to do, but then let me make my own decisions.
But let me,
and love me for them.
And then love me for it, but still tell me what to do and don't let me make my own decisions for myself. Unless I tell you to.
Like every girl in a relationship.
Oh my God, really bipolar. Okay.
So let's get back on track here. Right. We're like really, not like we're really on a track. We're not like journeying anywhere here.
We're on a journey.
I'm like, can we please all hop back on the bus?
My legs are sweating.
To the next stop.
My legs are sweating. I can't stop. My legs are sweating. Help me.
How do you do accents like that?
Oh, I just go bathroom and then it just like comes out of the pee and then it just comes into the toilet and it evaporates into my face and then I just start talking funny. No, I'm just kidding. I just practice, but.
You practice?
Yeah.
I like the other story better.
Okay, same. See. No, but accents are fun. I got really bored over quarantine, like the second month in, and I was just like, I started talking to myself on walks, and then I started talking to myself in various ways. And then the ways became accents, and then the accents became days, and then I'm just kind of carrying on with this. Anyway.
That is amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah.
That feels validating.
No. I like, sometimes I'll listen to stuff, like if someone has an accent, I'll listen to it, and then I'll like literally repeat out loud every word that they say, like 2 seconds behind them.
Yeah.
But that's the only way that I've ever figured out how to like make my voice sound different.
Yeah, I feel like I was watching some YouTube too, and then like I would write out the pronunciations for things for like I was practicing a lot of Irish, but I've been practicing New Zealand really hard. I feel like you become like really into one and then you can't stop doing that one. Uh-huh. But I was trying to make them super varied. I don't know. I was trying to get into voiceover, but that's like a really expensive field.
Okay, so actually, this is a great way for us to segue into the other thing that I really wanted to ask you about.
Yeah.
Because before quarantine happened, you were an exotic dancer.
Yes, I was.
And then exotic. You're not now, though, right?
No, I am just a dancer, not exotic anymore.
What happened? Was it just like because the quarantine things like shut down?
Yeah, everything shut down. And then I'm kind of grateful for it, though, because it's kind of a burnout being a stripper. You dealing with just like people that don't care about you and they treat it as like, and there's nothing reciprocated. So it's just like a money love. Yeah. And you pay people for you to dance on their shorts or jeans. Either way.
Or jean shorts.
Whoa. And mind fuck. But yeah, it was very shallow and like and I'm just like too sensitive to my environments, and I just got very overwhelmed, and like I have auditory processing disorder, which makes you sensitive to loud sounds.
Oh shit.
So that was also very overstimulating for me and exhausting. So I'm kind of like grateful that the quarantine has allowed me to kind of restart in this way and like find a new kind of channeling.
Oh my God, what a gift. How beautiful.
Meow. Stop flattering me. I'm going to get juicy. Juicy.
Okay, so how did you get into that in the first place?
A bad Tinder hookup.
Really?
Really.
Oh my God.
It was back in New Orleans about 4 or 5 years ago. And this dude might have autism, I forgot. But irrelevant. So anyway, I had 2 dates with him, and I went back to his place. I'm from New Orleans, by the way. Yeah. I think I already said that. But I went on a date with him, 2 dates, and then we went back to his place kind of quick, and then we boned, and his condom like popped. And then
his camera popped?
Condom.
Oh.
And and he was like, I was like, do you have any others? And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, well, can we go get some? I'm just making these voices up. Anyway,
you're like, no, this is how I actually.
This is how I actually sound.
This is my sex.
This is my sexual place, I swear. And he was like, no, you need to get out of here. And I was like, what? He's like, seriously, go. And I was like, okay. And so I went downstairs.
Guy is like mid fuck.
I think he's well, it was like at the end. We were fucking for at least like 10 minutes, but it like broke. And then like I was just having fun, and then he just cut it off because like his only condom popped. And I was like, we can't go get more. And he's like, nah, you gotta go. Sorry. I think he's just very socially awkward, but it's okay. I still forgive him. Whatever. I moved on. I went down to his neighbor's place, who was a bar guy. He was a door guy at the club I was. Huh?
He had a box of condoms.
Oh, totally. No, but I went down to him, and he actually was a floor guy for the first strip club I worked at. And he was like, "What you doing with your life?" And I'm like, "I'm a nanny, and I'm in school for personal training at the time, not anymore. And I do pole fitness and stuff." And he's like, "Oh, pole fitness, like pole dancing. You ever consider being a stripper?" And I'm like, "Hell no, my family would disown me." And he's like, "All right, well, options out there. I work at a strip club." And I'm like, "Okay." 3 weeks later, I go back to him and I'm like, "Hey, I'm ready." So
let's do this.
And I did it, and then my aunt and mother found out, and they were very upset with me, but we moved on, and here I am out in San Diego. I just fast-forwarded this story a lot, because I feel like I'm talking a lot, but yeah.
That's the whole point of this.
Is it? Right.
Yeah. No, we're just gonna sit here and hold these microphones for an hour and say nothing.
That's actually really soothing. Shut up! Oh, sorry. I just talk to my phone sometimes. Probably put it on silent. Forgive me, for I have texted. Don't worry, it's not my Tinder boner. I mean, hookup. I mean, a person. It's not my friend.
So you never talked to him again?
No.
Wow.
He's just part of my story now.
Okay, he's the reason.
He's the reason I kind of started stripping, because if it hadn't been for his lameness, I probably wouldn't have gone down to his neighbor.
No, you know what? And more specifically, if that condom hadn't broken, who knows what would have happened? You could have ended up spending the whole night with this guy. And
I could have been pregnant.
Yeah.
If he had continued, if he had not pulled out, that would have been a great story.
So after your mom and your aunt find out, they were like cool with it. They're like, okay, fine.
It took him a while to come around, but like eventually, I mean, I have a pretty supportive mom. I'm grateful for that. She just wants me to like be happy, and so that's a pretty cool mom. Yeah. Not every mom is cool.
As a stripper.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, your mom's great. Next. No, I'm just kidding.
Sorry, mom.
Totally kidding. That's actually really beautiful that you have a mom that's supportive, because I think a lot of people, their parents are like, no, like go work in a fucking office. So what happens as a stripper?
What happens as a stripper?
Yeah.
Like a typical work night?
Yeah, and like I don't know what, I feel like that's an interesting profession.
Well, I have one little funny story. I can make it quick.
Yeah.
So basically, I was having an unsuspecting guy that I pulled in, and he was like, "Can we go get a dance?" And I'm like, "Sure, no big deal." So we went to the back room. I didn't assume he was on drugs, but apparently he was. And we went to the dancing area, the lap dance area, and he gave me his money, and I put it up on the thing instead of like my pocket, which is where I like put it, or like my wallet. I said pocket is in my bra. Yes, sometimes I shove money in my bra, but anyway, ADD just struck me.
You put it up. You put
Thank
the
you.
money up.
I put the money up, and then I put it there, and then I started like dancing, like I did.
I was like, just like that.
Yeah, exactly. This is my yes. And I did that, and then all of a sudden I did my normal people's legs are usually like kind of open because they want to receive, and then I like usually like slap the inner thighs because that's like part of my normalcy. Like people usually dig it. They're like, "Oh," but this guy was like, "What the flipping bleep bleep." Sorry, I just yelled.
No,
but no, but he did that, and I was like, "Huh?"
Wait, when you slapped his thighs?
Yes, he like highly overreacted. And I am assuming.
Do you not want me to touch you?
I hope I'm not held liable for this story. Oh God.
No.
They fucked. Whatever. I'm sure strippers have their stories, but yeah, no, he just like totally went ballistic, and I was like, "I'm sorry," and he's like, "I want my money back, bitch," and trying to curse words, and he just like flipped out, and the girls next to me were like, "Dude, calm down." Because he just like, I got so scared, and he was like, "I want my money back," and I'm like, "Okay," because like I'm not in a place where I want to try to get like punched by. Not like he would have punched me; he would have gotten in very deep trouble for that.
Yeah.
But no, he was highly on some kind of not loveliness of a drug.
Yeah,
and it was cute. Anyway, that was the guy that I slapped.
It was like the cutest night ever.
It was a really cute night. Charmer. Quite the charmer. I lost $20 from him, so that was cute. That could have been my gas money.
You could have had a hamburger and
I could have had that hamburger.
God.
The struggle is so real.
That's wild that he freaked out barely.
No, it was. And then there was this other guy that could do like, he was like 60 years old and he jumped into splits.
What?
I'm not joking. He was like, his name was Splits. He called himself Splits.
And was he like a regular?
Yeah. And he was just like this older guy and he talked about his grandkids and he had this like little dance and then he just jumped into these splits and I'm like, what?
Wait, was this man a stripper himself or was he just there to, oh my God.
Everyone. No, he could have been a previous stripper in another life.
Oh,
I don't know.
Interesting. So did you have like a lot of regulars that you were like friends
with? No,
I
was never devoted enough to have a regular. I was not it's like as good of a dancer as I was, I just like never wanted the commitment because I like keeping moving with people. I like the freshness because when you commit to somebody, you got to like keep talking to them and it takes more talking. And I'm just like, no, I am decently attractive enough to receive a dance and move on with my life from a random stranger. So.
Yeah.
But like every dancer was different about it. But it's just like when nights were busy, you didn't have to worry as much. I mean, I would have to have conversations with people, but then you just move along. So.
Yeah. The other thing is like, what about the girls? The other girls?
The other girls are cool. A good bit of them are kind of like superficial for sure. I mean, we all are to an extent, of course, out here.
Yeah.
But like a lot of them just like didn't have like a good mind to be able to have a good conversation with. There were very few and far between. And I think some of those women I do follow on Facebook and they've come to like make good jobs for themselves and like careers. So I'm proud of those people. They know who they are. And
you know who you are.
No, they do. And they're like doing great. They're like just authentic chicks that I had an instinct would like have a life outside of that.
Okay, well, first of all, I have seen your dancing and it's like beautiful.
Thank you.
What do you think about OnlyFans?
I have I've considered it and people have suggested it to me, but again, it's kind of a similar feeling. I want to be able to attempt to, I have total respect for people that do it and the job itself, but like I'm trying to lean toward a job that I don't need to, extort myself sexually anymore. Even though you wouldn't have to like, technically if you like, you do need to be nude to make more money. And that's like a fact. And you have to like keep it up. You have to like keep marketing yourself. And I technically could, but it's just like.
It sounds like you're trying to experience some personal growth here.
Stop reading my mind, motherfucker. Yeah, I don't want to fucking, you want to die? God. I'm just kidding. Exactly. No, I am trying to personal growth. I like journal or whatever.
You're like, I wrote in a journal the other day. It was great.
It was fine. Everything's fine.
But I have heard like crazy stories about how chicks make like tons of money basically. And it's like selling photos of their feet.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
there's foot fetishes out there. And shout out to you guys because it's real and it's okay and it's acceptable. And don't feel bad about it. I keep talking to people as if it's like people are going to listen like that, you know?
So do you want to be famous?
I don't want to call it famous. I just want to do work that I love.
Yeah.
Like I really love accent work. I really love making people laugh. Like I want to get projects.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want. And famous, like that, I feel like that just happens in life because of circumstance, but it's just like, I'm not seeking that. I'm just seeking to like work on projects with people and like do things that I love and entertain people because it's like fun. I have fun.
Yeah.
I don't like not doing what I'm doing. So
yeah. Well, you are alive.
And I'm alive. It's a dilemma.
It's exhausting.
It's exhausting. Being alive is exhausting.
Sometimes.
Your voice just sounded really nice. I feel like you could be a speaker.
A speaker?
Or like a sex talker or sex caller.
Oh, you know what? That could be
one celebrity that was on a big time movie. She is a black woman. I can't remember her name, but she's extremely famous now for one of the works she was in. And she started out behind the scene, like for her job before acting as a sex caller.
Oh, a sex caller. That's like, there's a movie where one of the chicks does that. It was like Valentine's Day or something. She's a sex talker.
Sex talk.
You have to be creative for that.
You want to give me your best sex voice?
What do you want me to say?
That was pretty hot. What do you want me to say? Is this a sex off? My friend posted this funny thing about congratulations versus congrats versus grats. Congratulations is like, I'm happy for you. Yeah. And then congrats is like, good for you. And then grats is like, fuck off.
Grats?
Grats. I think that's hysterical because it's so true. If I'm like congrats, I'm like, good for you, you fuckface.
I've never heard someone say grats.
Like if someone gets in a new relationship, I'm like, grats. like I've never heard either, but it's like whenever people say congrats, it's kind of like,
yeah,
you don't really feel, you're like, congrats.
And congratulations. It's like so formal. I like don't even know how to spell it.
Congratulations.
Like, congratulations.
You've won the dilemma of life. You're going to die next because you just got married. Good luck with your shitty relationship.
Congrats. So you don't have a boyfriend, I take it.
No.
Or
but I did just go on a socially distanced date the other day. I've had sex twice over quarantine. I'm not going to name names, but shout out to y'all.
Oh, we like them.
Well,
Snaps.
now we don't. But
okay.
No, well, one of them is
Fuck
cool.
those assholes.
The other one is, I'll give him credit. He's funny. He's funny. The other one is, they're both in entertainment. It's, what are the odds? But
isn't it interesting how that starts to happen? You're like, oh, how come all of a sudden everyone is that I meet?
Because I think when you surround yourself with people like that, it's like kind of inevitable unless you get on Tinder. But the guy that I went on my little date with was, he is I don't know if I should, he's a therapist, but he's sweet. He was sweet.
Oh.
Yeah. I think I just need someone to protect me like a flower.
Just like a daddy.
Like my daddy. Can you be like my daddy? Can you be like my daddy, boy?
So what happens? What happens when? Well, you don't dance anymore. But like, let's say that you went out with this therapist, and he's like, "What do you do for work?" And you're like, "I'm a stripper."
He knows.
Oh, and what did he think?
Wait, did I tell him?
I feel like as a therapist, he'd
probably be like,
"Oh, yeah, let me psychoanalyze you."
It's kind of hot though. I like when a person's like that
bedroom.
intelligent, where they like have that kind of brain. It just like makes me feel like if I ever wanted to therapize them, which I like to lovingly call it, turn them into my therapist. That's a word, right? Or did I just make it up? Therapize.
I feel like I've heard it before, but I don't know.
I say it as if it's a real vocabulary word.
I think that it should be if it's not.
It sounds real. Like I'm going to therapize you, meaning I'm going to like turn you into my therapist.
Oh, that's a fucking verb for sure.
It has to be a verb. If it's not, I'm putting that shit on Urban Dictionary. Urban Dictionary.
Okay, so you go on a date with this therapist.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was pretty jazzy.
And
it was hot. Well, I kind of broke quarantine a little. We made out. Sorry, guys. I've been really good about COVID.
You are the reason why there are deaths everywhere.
Sorry. No, but I get tested every other week. I'm being smart. But I haven't physically touched anyone in like since the last person I boned. So
yeah. It's crazy.
I needed it. I mean, yes. A lot of people need it. That was a selfish act, but I do get tested every other week. So I'm trying to be mindful.
Well, I mean, it was also a gift for him.
I hope it fucking was.
I'm sure it was.
It better be.
It's crazy though, when you like haven't been touched, like in the very beginning of quarantine.
Never been touched.
Yeah, never.
Never been kissed.
Saving myself for marriage.
Saving myself.
But like in the very beginning of quarantine, like I was alone. And I was like, after about 2 weeks, I was like, holy shit, I like haven't been like physically, like not a hug, not a handshake, nothing. And it's like the weirdest.
It depresses
feeling.
a person.
Yes. It's like,
it's very depressing.
How's the roller skating going, by the way?
It's going fun. I'm trying to be a badass.
Yeah.
But no, it's cool. I'm trying to do like dancey style stuff. And I think I'm doing well with it. It's cool. It's like I like to escape. My brain loves escape. If I'm not escaping, if things get strugglish, like that's the side of me that likes to avoid is just like escaping. Like sometimes I just want to like go free and like not feel like routine is very hard for me. Like I admire it, but it's just like I can't deal with it most days. I'm just like I need to just like fly free.
Yeah.
Unless my home environment's extremely stable. But otherwise, like I'm obsessed with escaping. Mm-hmm. It just feels like a high. And that's why weed can be dangerous or drugs for me. Like or like TV. I sometimes like forget to be productive at all because I'll just watch too much movies or too many TV. And it's just like, that's my escape zone because I'm trying to like do the sobriety thing. So.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How's that going?
It's good. I just watch more TV than I probably should. I'm trying to make it productive and like watch like YouTube at least with like comedians and try to feel grounded with that and like learn.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it makes me feel connected. It makes me feel grounded when I'm watching things that like I want to be like. Because then I'm like, okay, this makes me feel like I'm kind of with it.
Yeah.
Because when I'm escaping and I'm not with it, I'm just like, I'm avoiding. But it feels good momentarily.
Yes.
But like if you're like with something, it's just like, okay, like you're facing it. But it's still kind of an escape at the same time. So.
Yeah. Is it like escaping for your mind?
To what?
Like when you like roller skate and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's like a skate. Like when I don't have to like think about people. When once people stop trying to talk to me, I can just like kind of keep going and like avoid human contact and just like that's like the introverted part of me. When I just need to like not feel sensitive toward others and like just not feel for a second because feeling is exhausting.
Yeah, I feel like we all need that.
Yeah.
And like when you're doing something like roller skating, you're just like living in the moment.
I'm like floating. I call it floating.
Have you ever heard of one wheeling?
No, but I know you do.
They literally call. I love it. You should try it. We can ride together.
I want to ride together.
They have, but they call it float life. Like on
Float
that's
life.
like what like that.
That
whole,
sounds like
community vibe.
Yeah,
and that's what they call it. Is floating. It's yeah.
You make it look fun. You're like really good at videoing yourself. I wish I was that good at videoing but usually I just get somebody to film it, which is not very COVID friendly. But I'm wearing a mask, so whatever.
But
anyway,
yeah, I definitely want to try to roller skate so badly. I'm like roller skating or roller blading.
I used to skate as a kid. I mean, blade as a kid.
Yeah,
but like I think it's different leg muscle groups if you're skating.
Oh, which one? What do they work?
I have no idea. But that's what I was told. But skating does feel harder than blading because I was so used to blading as a kid and it's like longer, but like skating is more compact. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it's a different muscle set. But like, I feel like if you haven't done it for years and then you come back and try a new one, like your body won't really know the difference.
Yeah.
You'll just like kind of practice.
The only time I ever roller skated in my entire life was in college and I was at a birthday party. It was like a disco skate rink.
Seems pretty child like.
Yeah, and we were all hammered and
hells yes.
Yeah. And no, but I didn't know how to do it, so I get out on the skate rink and about 10 seconds in, my friend and I collide into one another. I go to stand up, I go to pick her up, she pulls me down, I break my ankle right there. They turn like the disco lights off, circle me in cones. This guy that's like one of our friends comes and scoops me up and takes me to the ER where we're drinking in the ER because we're like waiting forever. And then they give me a bunch of pain meds and I'm like,
hells yes,
hammered. And
that's a party.
Yeah, and then they take me back to finally, as after I've been like sitting there forever, and like one of the guys came with me and they're like, could you be pregnant? And I was like, no. I don't know why they asked that. I was like, it's my ankle. Like, what is happening here? Anyway, long story short, I broke my ankle.
That's how you get pregnant from skating.
Yeah. That's how I broke my ankle. And I haven't skated since. So if we go, which we should, I just need to get skates.
Yeah, we could take painkillers together and get drunk. I'm just kidding.
Hashtag sober life.
Hashtag sober life. Finish that off. Hashtag sober life.
Oh my God. Okay, so what else do you do? I feel like there's probably like 8 million other things that you have going on.
I've been doing a bunch of TikToks. I just deleted my app on my phone so I can take a mental break because it's hard to compete with a bunch of 13-year-olds that constantly wear makeup, and I don't feel like it because I just want to actually have talent in this world, and you 13-year-olds aren't talented, you lifeless fucks. Okay, sorry.
Oh my God. I feel really appreciative that you just said that, though,
I needed to because it's true. It's like you guys are kids, and kids are just like, I'm so stunned. Like kids look like they're 20s. Like kids that are 13.
Well, and then what's going to happen when they're actually 20? Are they going to still look 20 or are they going to look
I think it's just a weird app. It's just like, even if you post, like, it's just like, it's weirdly judged. Like they don't appreciate originality on it unless you're already known.
Yeah.
But if nobody knows you, it's like, if you don't try to do something that's like unoriginal, if you're not doing a trend, you're not going to get anywhere.
Which is so strange.
Which is really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm just like, I don't feel like doing this right now. Like I want to be able to be myself.
Yeah.
I don't want to like do all these, like sometimes I would do like the dances, but like I just gave up on that because I'm like, I want to be myself. Yeah. And so I'm just like, I'm not going to like succumb to this. So I stood up for myself and I was just like deleting the app for a little while now.
Oh, more growth. Look at you.
Growth.
No, but like that's actually a really good point. And I don't really use TikTok, but I mean that like the fact that only things that are trending or seen, it's like, what's the point of that?
Yeah. I guess because they like have posted a lot along the way. I think that's also a key. You have to be very consistent and post a lot. But it's just like, I don't want to post a bunch of like mindless little things all the time. Like I want to have like my genuine videos that I'm taking the time to edit and create. It's just like, I don't want that to just get like nowhere.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no, this is worthy. And like TikTok is like deciphering, like, are you worthy of being seen? It's like, no, nobody knows you. Like, screw you. It's like you're either a kid that knows how to dance, or you're highly attractive person that just lip syncs with no lip movement whatsoever and whatever.
You just hold the
or
camera
you're in a
to your
wheelchair
face.
and you have cancer and you're about to die. Or you're like an old person that nobody suspects is going to be on it. Or you're a romantic couple that everybody hates. And that's my truth. Thanks for listening. The truth, baby.
No, that is the truth.
It is the truth.
Well, I'm like, since you've given up the TikTok, where can everybody find you?
My bedroom.
Oh.
No, you can find me on
like, no,
I have a YouTube page. I've been posting my videos there. You can add me on Facebook if you'd like. I have like the videos that I post onto YouTube there if you don't want to like go. But YouTube is easy because it's free. Like just go look at the videos on there. It's Eleanor Repass. I have my Instagram that I post most of my videos on and most of my varied work, like skating, acro, all of it. It all goes on Instagram. So yeah, that's like mostly where people can catch me easy. But otherwise, I'm pretty unpredictable with myself lately. Like sometimes I'll go for like a ride at like 2 a.m. because I feel like it. And I don't know, my neighbor's been like watching me lately. Good thing he's never gonna hear this, but I really hope he stops staring at me because like I try to make it known that he's I like look at him and I'm like, no, I see you. You're not gonna make this a weird situation. I see you.
Oh my God.
Dude, he'll just be like watching and I'm like, hi. Because if you act like you don't see them, or if they don't think that they see you, that's when it gets weird.
They continue.
Yeah, but if you look, but like the second I looked at him, he just was like hi, and then he like turned, like he opened his gate, like he knew that it wasn't like a secret anymore.
Yeah,
which is good. So
yeah,
I'm like, no, I'm not gonna let this happen.
Shutting down the neighbor. I had a really
it was freaky.
I had a similar neighbor. Well, I don't think he'll ever find this, but I have a neighbor who like in the beginning of quarantine was like texting me and stuff like that, and then he would be like, I didn't hear you playing music today, because I would like work out in my yard, and I was like at like 11 o'clock at night, and I'm like,
excuse me,
I was like, this is getting kind of creepy, like, you know that I'm awake because my lights are on. It was like kind of weird, but yeah.
Can you kindly fuck off?
Yeah.
Can you just skedaddle, please?
We have successfully dodged the
successfully.
Yes. Okay. I do have to ask one question.
What?
So the show is called Who Wears Your Pants? So who wears your pants?
Literally or figuratively? Wait,
either. You can take this in any direction that you choose.
Who wears my pants?
Mm-hmm.
I wear my goddamn pants.
Oh.
Because honestly, nobody has big enough balls to wear mine yet. I've worn guys' pants before, if that counts, like after I boned them. Does that matter?
No, but I think that's great.
Cool.
Yeah.
So thank you, Kirsten, for the validation.
You're like, not only do I wear my own pants, but I wear everybody else's.
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being here. I could probably talk to you all night.
Thank you, guys.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. What an adventure.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Who Wears Your Pants. Please do me a favor and hit subscribe, leave me a review or a comment so that I can turn this disaster of a show into something great. I need you. No, seriously, I do. And if you're feeling really invigorated, check out my corner of the interweb at kirstentrammell.com or become my friend on the gram at Kirsten__Trammell. Because as a ginger, I need all the friends I can get. Peace and love, my homies. I will see you next time.